In 1622, Nzinga Mbande walked into a meeting with the Portuguese governor of Angola. She was there to negotiate on behalf of her brother the king to stop the Portuguese from raiding her people's land and selling them into slavery. When she arrived, the governor was sitting in the only chair in the room. There was no chair for her, just a mat on the floor, a deliberate insult. Designed to make her stand before him like a subject, she looked at that man. She looked at her attendants. She motioned to one of them who got down on all fours. And she sat on her attendants back for the entire meeting as an equal. When the meeting ended and the governor asked about the servant still sitting on the floor, she said she was leaving him there. It was beneath her status to sit on the same chair twice. That was Nzinga, born around 1583. In the kingdom of Ndongo, what is now Angola, her father was king, trained in statecraft and military strategy from childhood. She spoke Portuguese and understood exactly how European colonial power worked, and she used that knowledge against it. Her entire life, by the time of that meeting, the Portuguese had been encroaching on Mbundu land for decades, wanting territory slave trade routes, and to turn Ndongo into a supplier. For Brazil's plantation economy, her brother was king, but he was losing ground. He sent Nzinga because she was the only one who could actually negotiate. She secured a peace treaty and came home, but the Portuguese, they broke it almost immediately. So when her brother died in 1624, she took the throne. The Portuguese refused to recognize her. They backed the rival claimant and declared war in 1626. Within 2 years, her army was devastated and she was in exile. But she didn't stop. She offered sanctuary to escaped enslaved people and African soldiers who had deserted the Portuguese. Rebuilding her military from the people the colonial system had discarded, she conquered the kingdom of Matamba and made it her base for the next 30 years. She waged guerrilla warfare, hit and run, disrupt supply lines, strike and disappear into territory where they couldn't follow. In 1641, the Dutch seized Luanda, and Nzinga formed an alliance with them, and together they defeated the Portuguese army. In 1647, the Dutch made a separate peace and withdrew, but she kept fighting, led troops in a battle into her 60s, not from the back, either from the front. She wanted them to see her come. In 1656, Portugal recognized her as the ruler of Matamba and a formal peace treaty. She was 73, and she had made them come to her. She died peacefully in December 1763, 80 years old. Her kingdoms were eventually absorbed into Portuguese Angola, but the resistance she built continued through generations. In the 20th century, when Angola fought for independence, her name was everywhere, on streets and speeches, in the mouths of the fighters who drove the Portuguese out in 1975. The word Angola comes from the title that her royal line held: Angola,